Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Now here are some of your no-name bands. Sonic Youth, Nine Inch Nails.
So today I'm coming at you with a music review, and if you're taking a look at my shirt, you probably know what I'm going to be talking about. This episode is going to be revolving around one of the most revolutionary bands in all of heavy metal music, and that of course is Trent Reznor's brainchild, Nine Inch Nails. It has been amazing to see how this guy has evolved throughout his music career, especially starting in the late 1980s. We all remember how popular his album The Downward Spiral was in 1994, because Closer is probably one of the most definitive songs of the 1990s, but in the last couple of years, preferably after 2000, he has really turned himself into a true force to be reckoned with. He is the first and only artist in the world of hard rock and heavy metal to actually have an Oscar for composing the motion picture soundtrack of The Social Network, and teaming up with Atticus Ross from Angels and Airwaves. They have been doing a lot of film scores, but of course he's still giving us albums, and now he's no longer working alone because Atticus Ross is officially a member of Nine Inch Nails. So we're going to be going over two specific pieces of music from Nine Inch Nails, and that is an EP that actually came out last year, as well as their newest album. And it's very interesting this time around. You'll see what I mean. So of course the first thing that we're going to do is go over the EP that is called Not Actual Events, and here's where the interesting part comes in. I reviewed Add Violence last year, which came out later on in 2017, but what I didn't know was the fact that these two specific things went hand in hand, because there was supposed to be a trilogy of EPs, and we'll get back to this story in just a few minutes. So, going over this specific album, this is definitely one of the most interesting things that Trent Reznor has given us. It is so experimental, the songs are so interesting. It's such a weird, messy blend of sounds and different instruments, and yet somehow they manage to fit all together perfectly. Every single one of these songs, from Dear World to The Idea of You, they are just so interesting. That's what's so amazing about Trent Reznor's work these days. We don't really know how to define it. We don't really know what it sounds like. But the fact that he is just experimenting, because I don't think we have seen this creative mind be as experimental as he is right now. And that's pretty much the reason why this first EP was so fantastic. And I re-listened to Add Violence, and I totally see where it's coming from. They really do go hand in hand. But to continue on with the story, there was supposed to be a third EP, and basically Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross just kept making music in the studio, and they ended up with 30 minutes of music. So they said, let's not make an EP, let's make an album. And that, of course, is Bad Witch. This, I don't even know how to describe. It is definitely one of the most standout albums that I have listened to in Nine Inch Nails' legacy, as well as this year in music. The song that really makes me feel strange is Play the Goddamn Part, because there is so many different styles of music in here. I hear a little bit of jazz, I hear a little bit of classical, I hear a little bit of metal, I hear a little bit of dance, and I'm like listening to this and I'm saying, what the hell am I listening to? And why is it so goddamn awesome? And the same can be said about the rest of this album. Shit Mirror is crazy, over and out, absolutely insane, just the different sounds. You will never hear an album like this outside of Bad Witch. I don't know what is going on in Trent Reznor's head today, but I will just say that this is just something different and something truly fresh in all of his music. I mean, I love his music. I listen to so many of his albums. There are still a few albums that I'm really not so keen on, like Split and Ghost Stories 1 through 4. This is something completely different. If you're a Nine Inch Nails fan and you didn't even know that he was making all this music, you've got to listen to it. It's unbelievable. This is definitely one of the best albums of 2018, and I will be talking about this one with people for years to come. So that's it, everybody. This is now officially the trilogy of Nine Inch Nails EPs, and it ended up becoming 2 EPs and an album. So I love all 3 of these. I'm definitely planning to listen to these a hell of a lot more this year because I just have to keep talking about them and just, oh wow. Trent Reznor is a god. He really is one of the most creative geniuses in all of music. That's it, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below. Let's discuss Nine Inch Nails. I would love to. They're just such an act to be reckoned with. And I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.